Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 47. I'm only speaking in a really deep voice right now because my voice is gone again.
Yeah.
The eternally sick one is sick again. Shocker!
It was a week of being surrounded by sick people, really, and
Yeah, that's what did it.
Yeah,
Not just your general living.
I woke up this morning. I have cancer.
The 2 weekends before, I was around my sister who had strep, which I did not get, thankfully. And then my niece and my mom were both sick. So it was just that. It was either that or two of my coworkers who I directly work with are sick. So it's just everywhere I am near people a majority of the day, just it fucked me. It wasn't as bad as the one I got in January, but is that just like the little cherry, a little cherry on top of that little descriptor? It wasn't as bad as when I lost my voice in January. Like that, I lost my voice completely. In this one, it was just, I basically have been like this for a couple days now. I'm feeling better.
Are you?
Knock on wood. Like, really? Like, come on.
It'd be terrible if you just got a splinter. Infected.
Yeah, this has just been like, I've been indoors this winter probably more than any other winter. Not because of the weather. The weather has been surprisingly nice this winter. It's just I've been sick for half of it.
Well, no, that's because the temperature is fluctuating so fucking much.
I mean,
It's
that's
not
is
been
a
nice.
problem.
It's been jumping up and down. That's a problem. That's not a good thing, Mike.
well, I'm saying I could have been outdoors in those days, but I was probably sick those days.
Sick or running from geese. Mike, fix your life.
Yeah, easier said than done, my friend.
You need like an autoimmune like surgery or some shit. So just to pump you full of like No, you need
Someone
a
can-
goddamn
if someone-
Quarian
if
from
they-
Mass Effect. You need one of those environmental suits to just live in. Like
If we could go like Shadowrun, like augmenting my body to be better than it is, then yeah, sign me the fuck up.
If
In other
anybody here played Mass Effect, Jesus Christ.
in other dumb news, I checked off something off of my adulting list.
Oh god.
Bought my first lawnmower. And that's the only applause I'm getting for that. It's my
That's applause. Sounds like
Oh.
you're
Oh,
slapping
is that what
yourself.
happened?
Yes.
That was applause? Okay, just making sure we're
Yeah, I
in the
thought
same
you were straight
area.
slapping yourself. I'm like, what is that
No,
sound?
that was my hands clapping together. Very
Okay.
lightly and
Then they are swollen, sir. You need medication.
I mean there was a very unenthusiastic clap.
The Dumbledore clap.
Yeah. it was the not Harry Dumbledore clap.
Yeah, it's the
Freaking
10 points to
agent.
Slytherin.
Here's the Harry Dumbledore clap. There we go.
He might as well have been whooping.
Yeah!
With his wand.
Shooting off fireworks.
I mean, he essentially did do that.
If he had an air horn spell. Pew, 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 pew.
He played the Harry Potter theme.
Aww.
But yeah. Bought my first lawnmower. Woo. Did an adult thing. Feel a little more dead inside.
I look forward to those days.
But, so the only other thing I want to get to, which Ralph linked me, which is kind of wrestling related, before we get to our main topic of the evening, which is Wrestlemania and therefore after, Ralph sent me an article. Apparently they're making, you guys know the, the arcade game Rampage?
Yep.
It's like,
the buildings and there's a gorilla. You
Yes!
climb up.
Would you
Oh, you're
like to
talking
know
about that game.
who's
Okay, yeah.
who's
With the monsters.
making this into a movie?
Starring The Rock.
and
The Rock.
Jeffrey D. Morgan.
I can't tell if you're joking.
We're not.
No, dead
Starring
serious.
The Rock.
The Rock and
It's ridiculous.
Not everything needs
No!
rocking.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is his full name, Mike?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I just say
Jeffrey
D.
Dean Morgan and The Rock. They're starring in The Rock's, I think,
So
directing.
that's just
Rampage.
another goddamn franchise for The Rock. Stop it. Quit being in fucking everything and just
Everything.
That
man is stupid rich.
and
though.
like
Oh yeah.
There wasn't really much substance to those games.
According to the article,
I mean,
at
it's
least,
gonna be-
it says that the plot of the movie is going to be a lab that is genetically engineering animals, and they're going to go on a rampage. That's the premise.
Essentially,
you described the game.
That's the premise of the
essentially
movie.
it's gonna be like King Kong, but with multiple monsters.
But with fire breathing.
You know,
yes.
like the first page of like the instruction manual that gives a synopsis of the game. You literally just read that word for word, basically. Like, that's what that is.
That's
If
what they're
this
going
comes
for.
out before King Kong versus Godzilla,
Oof.
it's gonna take some eyeballs away from that mother.
Oh my god, that's the truth.
See, the thing is, though, it's just like, how are the monsters gonna look? Are they gonna try and go
Not
for
good.
like the game aesthetics of
I
like,
hope so. I want
cartoony?
to see a lizard in pants with boxing gloves. Somebody give that to me.
I mean, Godzilla and King Kong is gonna be super serial.
Yeah. So
You
if this
could
is
go
like
a
more
little
comedic
goofball.
with like more.
oh
funny-
no, it's going to be a goofball. But I'm just wondering like how far in the goofball range.
Well, it won't be any worse than that fucking
Pixel.
what was that Adam Sandler movie?
Pixel.
Pixel, yeah.
Pixel.
It will be better than that, I hope.
That movie was awful. Never saw it. You actually watched that trash?
I sat down and watched it. It's really, really bad.
Why?
Because it's Adam Sandler.
No. Why did you watch it?
That's a good question.
It's Adam Sandler.
You know, it was the first time I
you know
ever drank
something?
alcohol in my life.
I remember my
I
first
needed
beer.
to know.
I don't need to know what feces tastes like.
I needed simply to know.
Okay.
I just went, okay, this is Adam Sandler now. I tried to watch
Now?
the, I think it was like Hateful Eight or whatever it was
Yeah.
called. Ooh, I got like 2 minutes into that. And I just went, okay, goodbye.
I
Not
think-
for me.
I think I got 21 minutes into A Million Ways to Die in the West before I just went, no. Seth, you can't do comedy. Cut it out.
Yeah. Them glory days. Gone.
I mean, there's no jokes here.
Gone.
It's just factual statements of men that maybe once were funny and just now are not.
Oh my god, he was in Doom. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he was.
The
that was
Rock.
the last video game movie he was in.
Yeah.
And they had first person perspective like Doom.
Yeah, I forgot
'Cause
about that.
Authenticity.
Mm-hmm. So if we're going by that factual data, maybe they'll be authentic in the monsters.
Resident Evil is no.
I
Mortal
want them.
Kombat is still the best
if
video
that-
game movie of all time.
If that movie, if it comes out, I just want them to climb up a building, floor by floor, punch out the sides, like going all the way up the goddamn building.
That's gonna happen.
I hope so.
Yeah.
No matter
Maybe
how
better-
bad the movie is,
We
if
did
that
this before.
happens, I will be like, I'm content.
One day we're gonna get the 3 quote unquote best, and we're gonna sit down and watch them, and you're gonna see that Mortal Kombat
Bruh,
is
what's the
Roman
third?
Reigns.
what's the third? I can only think of 2.
We did this before, and we're gonna do it again. I'm
What-
telling you.
What was the third then?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
remember. But we're not getting into that because we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
All right,
Okay.
so
I'm gonna look this up anyway.
I'm going
Oh
to
my
pull up
goodness.
the match summaries too.
I don't need summaries.
I'm mostly just to go in order of matches.
I got the order. I don't need summaries for this show.
All right, so as I posted on Twitter, basically this entire episode is dedicated to the Comprose's rant on WrestleMania and subsequent things that have happened afterwards. Raw, SmackDown, what
I
have
said
you.
DOA and Tekken and stuff. You were
Also,
you made
there's
those noises.
there is one thing that I just want to talk about. It's not a match. It's just a thing that this WrestleMania was themed on or sponsored by. So this WrestleMania was sponsored by Final Fantasy. I so much enjoyed how much they tried to force the announcers to say Final Fantasy terminology. And just like I think it was Michael Cole. He's like, I swear I saw a chocobo and a Moogle.
Yeah, Michael Cole is always terrible when it comes to things that are not wrestling. I remember once it was sponsored by the 8th DBZ movie, A Raw was, and he just had so much trouble with Broly.
Was he saying Brawly?
I think he said Broly.
Broly. But yes, I did enjoy the New Day's Final Fantasy costumes, though.
Of course.
So awesome.
Those were fun.
Always New Day.
But yes, without further ado, I leave the floor to the Compress.
Did you watch? How much of the pre-show did you watch?
I watched 100% of the pre-show.
I only watched the matches.
I was sitting in that chair for 7 hours, all 7 hours, and I think 10 minutes of Mania, I was in that chair watching it.
Okay.
Most of it by myself because Chris came in right after the first match. So I'm just sitting there in a dim lighting, just going, what am I doing?
So, I don't know anything that happened before the first match.
You mean like the Andre the Giant thing?
It was before the first match. It was just a lot of welcome to Mania. Here's some interviews with people.
Okay.
Blah blah blah.
Stuff nobody cares about.
Yeah, just Booker T. Dog. Shawn Michaels. I think he had a heat stroke a lot. He could not form a sentence.
Are you serious?
Ooh, it was bad.
Maybe that's why he didn't want to be part of the Mania. So, the pre-show hosted one of the top 3 matches of the entire night, and I don't know why I was in the pre-show. And that was Aries versus Neville for the title.
Cruiserweight Championship.
Fantastic match.
Really good match.
And it didn't make the actual card for X reason.
For whatever reason, people were into it, even though they were still filing in. People like Neville. People like Austin Aries.
That's who it was. His glorious theme.
Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
That is a darn good thing.
They have a gif.
You see it with the choir and kids.
They have a gif of his German suplex, Neville's on Aries, and it's pretty nasty looking.
He did that on KO once. KO, Kevin Owens, is like 300 and something pounds. He was on his hands and knees. Austin Aries Neville slowly did a German suplex from that position. I mean, it was the slowest, most powerful looking. It's like somebody slowed the tape down. I don't know. But Roman and Reigns can't. That's going to come later. But just anybody that knows what I'm talking about, but Roman Reigns can't.
He can't.
Yep.
So, yeah. There's not much to say about this match. We're not going to say a lot about the matches we actually liked because there's no reason to.
There's no reason to. They were done right.
This deserved better. It did get a lot of time, thankfully, but it deserved better.
Yes.
It didn't deserve
a pre-show.
No, it didn't.
In between 2 interviews and a vignette of AJ and Shane. Like, come on now. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale.
Oh God, we'll actually probably see that one day. An Austin Memorial fucking type match cycle.
Maybe.
Beer truck match.
Exactly.
What a terrible, why?
Yeah, I didn't even watch that one.
This was the single worst book thing of the night, I'll say.
Was it that bad though?
Yes.
Yeah, I literally walked away at that point.
Yes. Because who eliminated who? That was what it needed to be.
Okay.
Who eliminated who? Who got eliminated when? This was the Big Show's final match, and he was let out of the ring like a fart in a tornado. Nobody cared.
Nobody.
Who? Can you name me any move that Jinder Mahal does with confidence?
Who?
Can you tell me that this man throws a punch?
The gender.
What?
Nobody knows what and he's the final guy in there with Mojo Rawley. Again, what does he do? Who cares about him?
Did you see his Raw interview after
Who, Mojo?
he had won? Yes.
Yes. Oh my god.
It was so bad.
Was it on Mania or
No, it was on Raw.
That's weird because he's a SmackDown guy.
Maybe it was
No,
on
they're
SmackDown.
Yeah, I'm pretty
rebranding
sure it was
again.
on SmackDown.
Whatever it was, wherever he was.
No, I saw it. Had to. No, wait.
Anyway, this guy talked about this. This is just one line that got me, and I went, I don't care to ever see this man in my ring again. You know, I admire. This isn't verbatim. I admire Andre. You know, sometimes I watch that old footage and I wonder what he'd be like on the dance floor.
Well then.
And after that, I said, I don't need to see Mojo Rawley ever again.
You never needed to see him in the beginning. Again, poorly booked. Because they had the new NXT guy, who's part of a really big group down there called Insanity.
Yes, Insanity's good. I watched the takeover after.
Yeah, they are really good. And he's part of Insanity. And he just shuffled in with everybody else. They just go, this guy's from NXT. He's in the Final Four. He just gets eliminated. Now, nothing's made of it. Sami Zayn, he gets a couple spots, just eliminated. He should have won because he had a big story leading up to that.
Yep.
Gold, did you see Goldust's outfit? Boy, that just made me really sad.
Doesn't feel like it's his last.
Yes!
The mania of last.
The beginning and the end. And it's just, I was just sitting there the whole time, just going, that guy, no. Over the top rope, okay. That guy, no.
I was thinking from the beginning it was Flex.
And I don't know if I told you or I told Chris this, but when it was down to the final two of Mojo Rawley and Jinder Mahal, I went, are they really gonna give it to Jinder? Mojo never crossed my mind for a second.
Even as Jinder had 1 foot on the ground.
Even as
how's he gonna get out of this?
Even as the dude Bronk came in the ring, I'm like, are they really building up Jinder over this big football guy? Never for a second did I go Mojo Rawley.
Who did?
Yeah, no. When I saw his name as the winner, I was like, "Who's this?"
It was terrible. He was a nothing, and he did nothing in NXT. For his time in the main roster, he has done nothing. And with that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale trophy, he will do nothing.
I told y'all, whoever you want to do nothing for the rest of the year, have them win this. Because they go on to do nothing. He'll be let go in 2 months with his trajectory.
It should have just been Flex. I would have been fine with it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It would have been, you would have seen it coming and it would have just been like, whatever. This is, I don't even know why they did this.
Every other one has been heels. So they could have just been like, this is a heel thing. Keep that going.
What they could have done, or what they could do in the future, is make
Microphone
it mean
muted.
something. Because that trophy literally means nothing.
I don't.
Microphone activated.
Cesaro brought his out at least, and then it got smashed by Swagger.
Yeah.
I think Big Show brought it out once, and Corbin, it was hardly mentioned that he won it, and this is just gonna be a nothing.
Make it mean something.
They're not going to, because why?
Give them a title match at Survivor Series.
This is good. You can cash this in for one title shot. Not a Money in the Bank title shot, but you have to announce it or something.
Yeah.
Do something with it. But no, it's just, you did it. This was just a one single feel good moment. This was the Zack Ryder Memorial Trophy.
Because he has been buried.
And he got his moment last year and then immediately lost it the next night.
Boy.
Anyway, worst book. This was off.
Yeah, no,
Simply
I knew it was gonna be bad. That's why I didn't even bother watching. It's never good.
The worst thing about just getting let down is that you have such high hopes in the beginning. I'm like, okay, flex, whatever. They're building him up. Give it to him. No, Sami Zayn.
The second he gets eliminated, you're like, wait,
really? And then your eyes search the ring of these 15 people. You go, Sami Zayn, sure, let's go. Titus O'Neil was in there for a long time. I'm like, give it to Titus. I love me some Titus. No, give it to Apollo. Apollo's good.
He needs something.
He needs something. No.
When he came down to that Final Four, you're just like,
okay, insanity guy. He can take that back to NXT. I conquered them. Whatever. No. Okay. Jinder Mahal. Sure. Whatever.
No.
You know what, I think
okay.
That role was supposed to be for Rusev, but he's injured. So they did. We need a heel who can just get mowed over and it means nothing. You can't do that to Flex.
okay. Is Mojo a heel?
No, Mojo's a face.
Okay, so you're talking about
For the Grunt thing.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Couldn't they do a slightly bigger heel though? What's Titus right now? I think he's a heel.
Yes, he's a heel. Could have done Ziggler.
Could have done Ziggles.
Wait, Dolph Ziggler was in the fucking what the fuck match?
Yes.
More than what he deserved.
Huh.
Okay. You don't like his work rate and you don't like him and such, but it's not more than he deserves.
No, it's not. He deserves a single match at least.
At least.
That could have been him and Sammy or something.
A nothing singles match is just like, I'm better than you. I would have been cool.
Yeah.
He deserves
But then
that.
again, a lot of people deserve better.
Yes. A lot of people don't. They deserve much worse.
You know the Superman guy? Who I constantly have arguments about.
Yeah.
He's a wrestling fan.
Of course he is.
And he just started, for no reason, just raw dogging R-Truth. And I'm like, nah. You not gonna sit there and bash my dude R-Truth.
He came out as one of the most entertaining heels for like 3-4 months. It was ridiculous.
And he's really, I'm not going to get R-Truth. I love him R-Truth. Again, we talked about this for way too long. I hated this. It was stupid. They need to stop doing this.
Or make it mean something.
Either or.
With like 17 titles between the brands, come on.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
hard. It's really, really, really not hard.
Yeah, let the winner pick a title to go for.
They
Like,
could steal an idea from NXT. I mean, not NXT, but TNA.
That's a brilliant idea.
But they won't do it.
In NXT in TNA they have a title called the X Division Title, and right before their biggest pay-per-view, Bound for Glory, they can cash in their X Division title and go, this goes into a tournament, and whoever wins that wins that. But I'm cashing this in for a title shot at the main title.
Ah, I like that.
So it could let's say it's the IC title. You could go for the IC title if you win the Memorial Battle Royale. You can go for the IC title whatever. Whoever is the IC champion, let's say at the Rumble they can cash it in for a title shot.
And if you lose, it's just like, crap, I just gave up my extremely good title and I got nothing to show for it.
Yeah,
and
no, it's a good roll of the dice.
Oh yeah, it could definitely facilitate a heel turn. It could be two faces in the ring, and then the guy doesn't get it, and then he beats the shit out of and then he goes to the Rumble and wins. It could do anything.
Why did Roman Reigns get in the Rumble? Why was he the only one who had a match that night and went into the Rumble? He was decimated by Flex he was put through multiple tables. KO the year before, he was dragging his limp body out there for a shot, and nobody else did. Don't you remember him just dragging? That was amazing.
You realize he's gonna win the Rumble this year, right?
Do you know?
Because he's supposed to be on SmackDown.
No.
You know he's gonna win it to challenge Brock.
Do you know how enraged 90% of the population, a 2-time Royal Rumble winner, constantly in the Final Four? No.
But I think he's gonna be a heel at that point.
He better be. Even still, I don't care. Yeah. I can never care about this guy.
Yeah, he's
we're gonna get to him while he's fair. We're not even past the pre-show. But this isn't gonna be anything to talk about.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose versus Corbin
deserve better.
Yeah,
Dean is one of the greatest.
But Baron was.
It was kind of a flat match, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a very meh match, and I'm cool with a meh match, and that's a match that needs pre-show. Is a meh match.
Yeah.
So sure, make it a meh match, put it on the pre-show.
Baron's very limited. Dean is very good, but this is a very big dichotomy because former Shield members, Dean Ambrose is in the main event of the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
Seth is SmackDown in the middle of the show. And Roman is headlining the show.
I think Seth would have been way lower on the card if it wasn't Triple H.
More than likely.
Probably. Yeah.
And that just shows you how they.
And only one of them is a champion right now, and it's the guy in the pre-show.
And he was facing Brock Lesnar last year.
Mm-hmm. So when we get to the actual.
Wait. Somebody had a sign in the audience that just said, "Are you okay, Buster Wolf?" And I marked out because
he texted me about
it. That's right.
Yeah, that was on Twitter too.
Screen cap and texted me about it.
Amazing. Okay, main show.
So we start the main show. They do the national anthem and the flyover, whatever. You don't need all that.
That is really polarizing for people who are not from America, who are there, who are a lot of people.
A lot of people. And then they go into one of the worst intros I've ever seen in my life when it came to a WrestleMania. That Ultimate Thrill Rush was terrible.
I wouldn't know.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
Bruh.
There's one point where...
Can I tell you what happened?
What?
GB had somehow managed to flip over. She was, doing that thing where she drags her head, and then she just flipped over, and she couldn't balance herself upright. So I'm like, okay, I'll help you. And she's just fighting and scratching me. I'm like, GB, I'm trying to help you, stupid. And she could not right herself, and I could not right her. And I spent like 2 or 3 minutes basically wrestling with a dog.
One of the better matches of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
Darn right. I didn't go over.
Better than the Andre the Giant match, that's for sure.
Couldn't be. So,
but yeah, I did turn my head every now and again, just so like they were roller coastering through Brock Lesnar and crap.
And there were all these excited and scared faces. So the Brock Lesnar point. There's a point where it's going down. It stops in front of Brock Lesnar. He puts his arm like this, and then it goes upside down, as in he's suplexing the roller coaster.
Yep. Oh my god.
The ultimate thrill ride.
Cringe. The ultimate cringe. Get it right.
Terrible intro. WWE. How dare you think this is what people want? So, we get the New Day coming out. They come out.
They were amazing.
Yeah, New Day's always amazing.
They were outstanding. I really loved them throughout the entire show.
Xavier Woods with his cloud hair. Just fantastic.
They're fun. And I listened to one wrestling podcast because there's one good wrestling podcast. And they were talking about, is that Jericho? No, one good wrestling review podcast.
Oh, okay.
And they were talking about And they were talking about how there's no clear faces and heels right now.
Nope.
I'm like, yes, there are. New Day. New Day is a face.
Yeah.
And they are faces. Yeah. Nobody wants to boo New Day. People want to cheer Braun. People want to cheer Lesnar. But nobody wants to boo New Day. And even if New Day do maybe 10-15% of the audience. So that's your clear face. And they are just fun. And day 1, day 0, I was on New. Do you remember I said, one way or another, this is going to work. Those are my exact words.
I think your words were also, this is going to work or it's going to fail miserably.
I didn't say that. I said, one way or another, this is going to work. That was my only thing that I said.
Okay. It worked
fantastic. They're magic together.
Yes, they are magic. And it's gonna be
they work out really well. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it is.
So they're doing all their good stuff. Whatever.
Like dressed as a red mage, a samurai, and I think a cleric.
So good.
Yeah.
They got rules all over them, chocobos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stop trying, Michael Cole. Stop trying WWE to be young.
I think
like, nobody gives
that's a chocobo. I was like, wait.
No, you got the pronunciation right, but he over enunciated. Yes, he did.
He over enunciated.
He did.
Yeah,
Chocobo.
Yeah, Chocobo and a Moogle.
It's like he put too much emphasis on it to feign excitement.
Yeah. It's just how it sounded to me.
Those are nonsense words to that man.
Oh yeah, they mean nothing. Absolutely nothing to him.
Pure nonsense words. So, the first match. It is a match that had no right to be as good as if it was.
0.
What a fantastic match that, for whatever reason, it should not have been anywhere close to this good.
I was watching it, wishing that there was somebody here, because I'm like, I am enjoying this, and why am I enjoying this? I'm like, because it's a good match. And I'm like, is it a good match? And I'm like, yes, it's a good match.
It's a good match.
It should not have been a good match.
No.
I thought that this was going to be a disaster.
Disaster.
A tragedy. I thought this was going to go 4.5 minutes. Shane was going to jump off the roller coaster up top, murder himself, and then 1, 2, 3, whatever. That was my thought. So they went 20 minutes. Good match.
This is Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles, since they never actually said the match.
No,
Shane did need some carrying though.
Yeah, absolutely. He's an old man that is not a wrestler.
Yeah, no, but I will give this. He did seem like the old school hard boy Shane.
Which
was fun.
That
as someone who hasn't watched it in a long time, watching him do the same shit that I used to see him doing. Like that leaping into the trash can kick.
Yeah.
Thing. That
Shane has a very limited amount of things that he can do, but he does them well. So you give him these 5 things to do, he's going to do them. And he did them. And luckily, he's going in there with AJ Styles, who is top 5 in the world.
Yeah.
And that 450 off the rope into the triangle hole, it was way smoother than it had any right to be. And it's Shane and McMahon doing it, catching them like that. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
So yeah, this was one of the 3 best matches of the night.
Oh, hands down.
If you have to watch any matches, watch this one, watch the Neville one, and watch the ladder match. Those are the 3.
Oh my god, I can't wait till we get there.
Next match, KO versus Jericho. Really good match. Could have been a little better. But,
we were never friends. We were never friends.
That's
Jericho.
That's KO.
Jericho is an enigma out of this world. He can do anything, and it'll be awesome. He came out there with a light up scarf.
Yes.
Yep. He's just got that charisma.
And I was just like, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's like it's just his charisma. He can go out there and be the scumbag that everybody loves.
But Jericho has done about 7 gimmicks, and they've all gotten stupid over.
And it's ridiculous.
He is just a fantastic.
It's gonna be a sad day when he walks away.
Just finally done. Finito, no more.
Thing is, he may not be ever completely done. He may just be like
he ain't gonna flare it up. He's got other projects. He doesn't need the money.
Yeah.
He saves his money. He's
That's true. That's true. He's not gonna. I don't. Yeah, you're right.
Well, he's got a band. He likes music.
Yeah, he's got other
He got
projects.
a podcast.
Yeah, he's good on the internet. Yeah, you're right. I really would hate to see him ever just completely go away.
He pretty much built the modern day heel.
Yeah, essentially.
When he came out with his suit in 2008 and his
very slow talking
and big words. Yeah, he pretty much built the modern day heel. So fantastic. Really good match. Like, it's worth checking out. I'd watch it a second time. I don't know if I'd watch it a third time. Bailey versus Charlotte versus Sasha versus Nia Jax.
Women's championship.
First off,
Raw.
Nia Jax.
I said Nia, didn't I?
First off, huge disappointment.
Huge. Second off, Bailey should not have been a champion going into Mania. She should have won it at Mania. It makes no sense.
Third off, this was about the moment where I realized we haven't gotten any really good entrances.
Nope.
And we didn't throughout the night.
No.
There was nothing.
And there was a
truly
reason
notable.
for that. And there was a reason.
And what's that?
The TLC pop. I think they were playing that up. They played everything kind of close to the chest because they knew that TLC thing would either go insane or nothing, and they put all their cards into that bet.
Whatever.
I don't think so. I think that there was just no big. I think they just had the big roller coaster and they had the big 80-yard video ramp, and they were just like, okay, give Triple H one, give another person one, and a couple fireworks, and we're good. And I'm like,
Well, I mean, if you think about it, really, the TLC one and how they ended the show were all really big deals. So I honestly think it was calculated, to be honest, because they wanted to make sure the crowd had energy for specific things.
You can have energy and still have a fantastic intro.
Yeah. Or just a live band.
But I think they want to make sure the fans were like more relaxed and fresh for those things so they can get the volume.
Because they muted out the crowd during the Roman match.
They have to, though.
Speaking of which, really,
because he gets booed out of the building.
Let's get to that because there's let's get to that later.
Really quickly, while I'm talking about interesting, when Roman did his cock of the fish punch to the ground and it just exploded all the way up there, I'm like, what is that? It killed me because I wanted to make a joke about what that was, and then I finally figured it out. That was Terry Bogart's power geyser.
Oh yeah,
that's all it was. And I wish I would have thought of it at that moment.
So,
but yeah, that's
the Bailey and the match.
Back
yeah, it was just it felt shorter than it should have been.
Nia Jax had no reason to be in there. She was eliminated within the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, she shouldn't have been in there from the first.
She's way outclassed in terms of performance.
Agreed. Yeah, definitely agreed.
Everything.
I like 3 of the 4 horsewomen. That makes no sense.
I like that it was elimination, but yeah, it was just way too short, and they could have turned Sasha heel right here. They could have done a lot of
right.
things.
This would have been a good thing. That would have been a good thing to do.
Could have done a lot of things, but they just did nothing.
I think they want to save the Sasha heel turn because they still want Bailey to be champion. Whenever Sasha turns, she needs to lose that title.
But she could have.
She would have lost it to Charlotte. If she turned heel right then.
No, she didn't have to lose the title. Bailey wins. Sasha
comes out and
her. It's Sasha versus Bailey at the end.
Oh.
And then Bailey beats Sasha. She's pissed.
I think they still wanted the Bailey feel good moment. But again, that comes if you win at Mania.
Okay. Bailey beats Sasha. Okay. Sasha holds up Bailey's hand and she just sort of stares at her. Sows that tension. Anything. This was just nothing.
No.
And it could have been way better.
Nothing.
Because last year's triple threat match was amazing.
Yeah, they killed themselves.
And they went probably 20 minutes and this went 12.
Yep.
And I'm questioning that time that I'm currently looking at. It felt like more like 8. But yeah, I like 3 of the 4 women in here,
and the 4th you didn't like was eliminated post haste. So
3 minutes.
And yeah, it still wasn't. It just wasn't very good. The triple threat that turned into a fatal 4-way ladder match. Originally with
team champions.
Originally with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Cesaro and Sheamus. Who people call Cesaro.
Yeah, Cesaro.
And Enzo and Big Cass. Those were the original
Big Cass put on a hell of a show.
Big Cass is really good.
He did fucking awesome. I didn't expect anything from a lot of these guys, but watching this match, like there was some damn good performance going on.
I don't think he
everybody had moments to shine.
Everybody showed up when they needed to. Yeah,
and
definitely.
it was and thank you for that.
I think Cass is good in a tag team, but if you were to put him as a big singles push, people would see what he is.
Not
very.
Remember when
I think
Enzo was injured and he had like 2 months by himself.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
That's what I'm saying. Not good. He would be exposed very quickly.
Yes, he
That's
was.
what I'm saying.
When after I watched it, I watched the Stone Cold recap, essentially, like how he felt about a lot of the matches, and he put it best. The towards the end, when I forgot their names because I'm terrible at this right now, but the really tall one and the short one, they're that tag team.
Enzo and Big Cass.
When Big Cass put Enzo on his shoulders, like the big guy, small guy dynamic was played up. I think that was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That was great.
So before the match even starts, the New Day comes out and
does their whole, god, that team.
This is a 4th team. Who could it be?
I love that because Kofi slowly pulls off his big dumb cowboy
hat. The matches are now a fatal 4-way. The crowd goes like, they put the camera on the crowd. They're like,
mild.
Wait, what's going on? What do you mean?
Like,
okay, New Day's coming in.
Delete chants.
Yeah, everyone's like, New Day's coming in, whatever. And then the delete chant starts. And then it gets... and they start walking down. They take like 3 steps. And then the Hardys music kicked in. I almost fell out of my chair. I threw myself back. I was like, wait, what?
And okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, the Hardys have been in TNA for like a decade.
Broken Matt Hardy is an amazing character.
Hardy is the greatest wrestling character in the past year or 2.
So amazing.
Oh my god.
So
their faces though, Matt and Jeff both.
Yeah,
Broken Matt was never a heel.
No matter how hard they try.
Holy shit.
The second the Hardys came out,
that place exploded.
Yeah, the place exploded, and Michael Cole's like, oh, the tag team, something is about to be broken, blah, blah, blah. Playing up the whole TNA thing, which is really weird for WWE. So he came out half broken in that he came to the ring. It's all the teams looking at the Hardy Boys. He points to them all and does the deletion motion.
Yep.
So that's broken Matt right there. But then in a backstage interview after they won the title, he was still half broken. And then the next night in Raw Talk, it was just Matt Hardy. So I don't know where they're going with the broken Matt Hardy thing.
I think they're gonna have to. They can't do the actual broken Matt Hardy because it's probably held by what's it called?
TNA owns Broken Matt, and they are currently in a lawsuit with Matt Hardy over the actual trademark over it.
Yep.
And WWE wants this was a story. They want no part of the lawsuit, so they're just like, you can tease the broken, but you can't be the broken.
That's unfair. He created it.
But he did it under their copyright, so now it's technically their character.
He needs the broken because Matt has always been the weaker of the two.
Yeah. His best feud ever came at Edge, and that was for personal reasons.
People are gonna love Jeffrey no matter what because he has this weird charisma about him. Ugh. He always has.
No, I don't think so. I think they're gonna look at Nakamura and then they're gonna look at Jeff and they're gonna go,
"Oh, the time is not right for Jeff."
The time is but that's what carried him before.
But
even again, Stone Cold said the same thing, that Jeff always had that charisma about him, that presence of character, and Matt was always the behind the scenes brains of the two. So,
But
if they can find the right balance, or not, Matt Hardy and Broken, if they can find a good balance to like show him off, well, that'd be great. But going forward, it's going to be difficult, I think. But still, for WrestleMania, they'd have to do much with it, and that's what made such an amazing show.
I fear for Matt because I don't want them to go the way of the Dudleys, because after their big return, maybe like 2 or 3 months, nobody cared. But if you get Broken, people will care forever.
If anybody doesn't know what Broken is, all they have to do is watch the final deletion,
and your eyes will be open forever.
You will know roughly in 5 minutes if this is worth your time or not.
You will never forget that man.
That Broken Matt is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in wrestling. Period. I've been watching since like 95.
It's fun. It's good. And that's all wrestling needs to be.
He has so much fun with it. So yeah. And
he's another one that's going 100% in the gimmick.
So this is the third of the 3 matches you must watch of Mania.
Really, hands down. That match was outstanding.
Now, for the big 3 matches, I don't know which is the best, and I don't know how we'll rank them, but those are the 3 you need to watch. Everything else
I would honestly put that second, I think.
What would be first?
The first match you brought up.
Neville and Austin Aries.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
I'd say this.
I would honestly go that one, then the TLC match, and then we'll get to the third one.
No, the third one was AJ and Shane. That was
yeah. We already did that, right?
Yeah.
I'd say Seth and Trips. That was pretty good.
I did enjoy that. I think it was like the same shit that we've seen from both of them like a million times. Well, at least Triple H.
It was exactly what KO and Jericho was. A really good match.
Yeah.
And it's what you would expect.
Yeah, it didn't do anything for me. It's just a copy paste of what's been done.
So the next match, oh boy,
here we go.
This is a problem. So the next match is Nikki Bella and John Cena versus Maurice and Miz. Miz is the greatest talent they have right now in SmackDown.
They jobbed him so fucking hard.
And he needs to be in the title picture.
And that's very weird to say.
But this match was just Job City. That's all this was.
It was a bad John Cena match. And what I mean by
this was a John Cena match that you can point to and say, this is a John Cena match. This is every John Cena match.
Circa 2012
This is
John
what
Cena.
People complain about when they say John Cena does John
The failed
Cena.
Hulk copy.
But Miz made this match so much better than it had any right to be.
Oh, he definitely carried a good
If it was somebody else, I mean anybody else, I would not give half a about this match. That man made the match.
So, the whole reason the match was even done like it was because of how they did it at the end. They did at the end.
So,
which you called, by the way.
Yes, Cena and Nikki win, and then Cena proposed to Nikki, and it's this whole thing. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit?
That's fine.
It's what it is. It's a moment.
Yeah, it's one of those.
And then Miz and Maurice called them out on SmackDown about it. Only John Cena would make a proposal, a WrestleMania moment. Blah blah blah. We forced her. Nikki should be thanking us because we forced John Cena into a corner where he had to propose.
Peer pressured him.
Yeah, it was fantastic stuff. So that match was whatever.
Miz just beat him up for 6 minutes, and then John Cena won.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, no, it was the standard John Cena thing. They're getting their ass kicked the whole fucking match, and then at the end he turns around and does the Hulk Hogan "I win after getting beaten up" thing. But no, the same thing that's been done for the past 2 decades.
No. That's circa 2011, 2012 Cena.
Recent Cena has been doing really good work.
Really,
he stopped that completely.
But that's all I've ever heard about Cena.
Yeah, because that's all he ever was until the past like 2 years.
Yeah, and people just wrote him off for just like, oh, this is just Cena stuff. And then it's like, no, he's having amazing matches with Stardust. No, it's just Cena.
No, yeah, that's Cena stuff. So anyway, next match, Seth Rollins and Triple H.
The quote-unquote non-sanctioned match.
Yeah, the contractually obligated non-sanctioned match. The video package that played before was pretty good, but
it wasn't pretty good. It was amazing.
But DA finds it amazing.
It was amazing
for Triple H's complete dorkiness.
He's a nerd.
So
can I tell you guys what happened?
Yeah.
He has this character called the Skull King.
Yep.
And the Skull King rules all or whatever. Yeah, he went into this whole backstory about the Skull King on the back. It was an interview on Wrestlemania that they did with all the Wrestlemania people. Backstage access sort of thing. And he's like, "Oh, this is a Skull King. I wear this helmet and I become the Skull King." Blah blah blah. He's nuts. He's just a big old nerd. So they're playing Triple H as having three sides to it: the businessman, the wrestler, and the Skull King. He's like, "You don't want to see the Skull King? Oh no. I'll bring out the wrestler. You have a match with him, but you don't want the Skull King." So at one point, he's sitting in a big throne, this big stupid Triple H throne with skulls and sledgehammers. It's the dumbest thing. And then he's sitting there, and then him in a suit comes up and just walks around and looks at him in the throne like, "Yeah, you the man." And it's so stupid and dumb and amazing.
It's amazing what you can do when you're fucking married to the fucking next CEO.
When you got everything, when you're the only promo package with a licensed song that I'm sure costs millions of dollars because it's Metallica.
Oh yeah. You know it costed a fucking pretty penny.
I just look at Triple H and I just go, he thought that Terminator thing with all those scores was so cool. He was probably hard as a rock.
He's looking at it like, "My God, I am awesome.
I wish I could be these people seeing me."
He probably looked in the mirror after the costume was complete like, "Jesus Christ, look at this Adonis.
There will never be anything better than this.
Vince McMahon
until
2.0,
next
folks.
year."
I just looked at it and went, "Yeah." Slowly nodding.
And just seeing his eyes light up as he's talking about the Skull King, I'm just looking at him like, "You know what, dude? You do you.
Yeah,
if this is what you need, you take this."
And it is what it is. I hate all his backstage politics.
Such a dork.
But he seems like a fun-ish person.
Yeah.
I mean, he loves what he does, and he obviously shows that up, which is a good part of it. It's why he can be so successful in this and work. It's the same thing that makes Vince such a good character whenever he does anything. He actually cares. He's not that great, but he cares.
His promo on Monday was amazing. He was like, Stephanie was injured in this match. He's like, "I'm sorry to inform you guys of this, but Stephanie will not be on Raw for a very long time." And the crowd goes crazy. And Vince is like, "What's the matter with you people? Why are you so bloodthirsty? You're a bunch of animals."
Is that what you were laughing about?
Yes!
Dude, Vince will always work.
Because the crowd
he
was
will
going
always
nuts.
work.
He's just like, "Oh, you people are animals." And he's just flourishing his hands like, "You're animals." It's like, oh, Vince.
You know what? I just realized that same voice, at least with like your Vince impression. You know what it reminded me of?
Oh God.
You're gonna spend the rest of your life in a dungeon.
Same voice.
Our long is Vince McMahon confirmed.
Our long is Vince McMahon.
All right, move.
Jesus.
So the match itself was pretty good. It's a match worth checking out. Like I would.
Yeah, no, it's if you like Triple H matches, this is as standard as it gets.
Triple H has a style where he targets a body fire and he works it over. It makes a lot of sense because Seth was injured going into this match.
Ah, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he up his leg, his knee. Really
okay,
bad.
so that's why. Okay, yeah,
and
makes
he
sense.
wasn't quote unquote medically cleared to compete,
but he did anyway.
So that's why it's a non-sanctioned match. The WWE can't sign off on it because he's not cleared.
Yeah,
there's a lot of quotes going on in my fingers right now.
can feel them.
So Seth wins. It was
No, it was good. It was okay. It was a good match.
Steph took a bump.
Which is why she was out of Raw.
She needs to go down every now and then.
Yeah.
There needs to be like a ballet for every male wrestler that is allowed to slap the out of Steph every now and then.
I mean,
that needs to be taken down.
That right was like specifically given to Stone Cold back in the day. Like whenever she was doing anything, he would stun the shit out of her.
That's the problem. Jericho used to do all types. He used to put her in the walls of Jericho, but now people would be talking about, it's women abuse and blah blah blah. It's just characters. These aren't real moves going on. Like she needs to take some spots. She needs to take some bumps.
Villains need to be put down. That's just the thing.
She can't just run down these male wrestlers
forever
and just be like,
with no repercussions.
Bye bye.
No,
she needs a clothesline or something. Just laid out.
Hey, maybe that's how they get Roman over.
Boy, that would get him over. Just Superman punching the shot at her. I turn on the man.
Blowing out Vicky Guerrero. Excuse me, punch.
He digs up Mae Young. Pushing. What are you doing, Roman? My yard.
My yard.
Myself again. So,
just getting escorted by police in the middle of a cemetery. It's like, sir, calm down. My yard. My yard.
Shit he would actually do. But yeah, next match.
Drew McIntyre is not having his original theme.
What does he have now? Some generic
bagpipes.
Give him back his theme or give it to somebody else.
Who?
Pass it on.
Drew McIntyre is a wrestler that used to wrestle for the WWE, and he left for like 5 years, and then he came back this WrestleMania. So he's back with the company. He had probably a top 5 theme of all time. It is one of the greatest things I've ever heard.
And now he's just not using it.
And he doesn't have it anymore. He came back and they didn't give it to him.
Huh.
But then there's a lot of people that come back that they don't give their original themes to.
They may have lost the ability to use the content.
Yeah.
And can't get it back.
That's lost the library and stuff, yeah. I know Krishna's theme, they had to remix it.
It's the same for Goldberg.
People cannot do the Goldberg chant right, and it pisses me off.
No, they can't.
I don't even like the guy, and it pisses me off.
Raw hurt my heart when they fucked that up.
Anyway, Seth wins. Next match, cluster. Who cares? Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. What the?
This was the
can we talk about that gimmick he did with the match?
Also, the most memed thing of the night.
Yes, that was the dumbest fucking thing I've seen.
It wasn't.
I thought that this was gonna be a really good match because say whatever you want about Randy Orton, he knows how to put on a match. He's boring, but he can go in there and he can work. And Bray Wyatt, one of the best. Love that guy. So I'm like, this is gonna be a really good match. And it
was nothing.
And it was just nothing. This was a Raw move. I mean, this was a Raw match. And it didn't need to be. And then you had all those just cockroaches and maggots and stuff.
And it was awful.
Cutting to the top down, like
why? I hated it. Hated it
so
fucking
this
much.
Is when I came back home. And I was in the middle of it was like near the end of this match, and I came in, and there were just bugs projected onto the ring, and I went, "What the is going? Oh, it's Bray and Orton."
Makes sense.
No, it's actually Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. It's
it's
weird.
Oh boy,
this should have been so much more than it was.
Agreed. Had potential. Didn't execute well at all.
They did. It's terrible.
And it's so disappointing.
Bray has just been damaged.
I mean, he's
over and over.
I remember when you guys first showed me wrestling again when we were hanging out at Yoma that one year, and I was like, "Oh, this guy actually seems like he's got a pretty solid character." The occult thing. Ever since you showed him to me, he has been jobbed out, and his character has been stewed down to water.
Yeah, pure.
It's bad. It's nothing.
Terrible.
he had a shot at being something, and it seemed like they just eternal jobber now. That's what he is.
He's a jobber to the stars. He's Vegeta.
Yeah. My God. Yes. Agreed. Perfect.
He'll beat a bunch of mid-card guys like it's nothing with his whole fear tactic, but give him anybody in the top of the card, and he's just gonna lose.
Yep. Which is a shame because he could have been like the next Taker. Essentially,
he should have been the Taker. He should have been the match Taker retired on.
Let's get to that later.
He would have been the new face of fear. The whole perfect.
It would have been a great setup.
It's a close to the same gimmick. It would have been perfect. He doesn't end the streak.
He left.
It was the year after he ended the streak is ended, so there's no pressure there. He could have lost again and just like, I don't have it anymore. Taker is done. Whatever. Bray comes out, amazing promo. I'm the new face of fear. Y'all, whatever. But no, they gonna give it to. That's 2 matches away. I'm gonna explode on that piece.
For the right reason, though. Next match. Let's get to that. I really want to get to that.
I have more to say about this Bray Orton thing. Why did Orton win a Rumble over Bray? Why did Orton win the title over Bray?
Why did it end the match as RKO done?
Yeah,
it was just
RKO out of nowhere.
He just walked up to him and just did the RKO.
Yep.
Like, that's it. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
1 RKO.
Yep. What was the point?
I hate Orton.
Everybody hates Orton, from what I can tell.
Orton goes up and down all the time. This is a moment I'm just not. I don't feel the guy.
I have. It's been a very long time since I've been like, yeah, Orton. I do not even remember the last time I went, yeah, Orton. Sure.
Captain Jack. There were times.
That's probably it, where he took a bag full of tags. I went, props to you, sir.
I've gone, okay, Orton. Oh, I'll tell you when. Christian Orton, the whole program, not him taking the title, but the whole program, that was okay. Henry Orton.
That was mostly
Henry, but it was, again, it was Orton doing everything he can and just losing. And I'm like, okay, Orton. It wasn't like, oh God, I'm coming in with this big old bump on my elbow and stuff. No, he just went, I tried and I failed. That's all it was.
Big dude.
He tried and he failed, and Henry went, you are nothing, and he proved he was nothing to him. And I went, okay, Orton. That was probably the last time for me. Since then, he's been in programs with Cena for the unified title. Jesus Christ. What was his last program before Bray? Exactly. Orton. Next match. Jesus Christ. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg.
So here's my question.
That was bad.
Here's my question. Because we've had this debate of has Goldberg wrestled a match.
No, we're about to cuss you out.
No. This is my question.
Okay.
Collectively, in everything that he has done,
maybe
has he wrestled
maybe 12 minutes?
One match?
Maybe.
This was less than 5 minutes.
Yep.
Collectively, he has not wrestled more than 12 minutes.
It was like a 4-minute, 30-second
Bell
match.
to bell.
Bell to bell.
I think so because I think
not counting the Rumble.
I think the KO thing with him just walking out. I think that went about 3 or 4 minutes because he just walked out.
So there's that, and he beat Lesnar once. Those were 3 matches.
Okay, so we're not counting the Rumble.
No,
so
not counting the
Rumble.
Rumble.
We're looking at less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes. Collectively.
Okay, I can recite this entire match.
I can wrestle that amount of time.
I can recite the entire match, and I want anybody to fight me on this because I remember this verbatim. It was suplex, spear.
Yep.
Outside the ring, spear, back in, spear, jackhammer, suplex. F5, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Well, no, it was 10 suplexes.
You forgot through the side railing.
It was not 3 in the morning. 3 in the beginning of the match, and then 7.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It was.
And then it was a total.
There was a spear through this one.
I said outside the ring spear.
Yeah, but it's
through the barricade.
Through the barrier.
Yeah.
And
that's
to clarify.
all that happened.
That's it. Now, did you guys see the after Raw? Monday with Goldberg
with
when
Goldberg
he retired.
Going, goodbye, guys.
Yeah. Did you see?
And his son dabbing and him just looking like, what the?
Yeah.
There's a Hank Hill, Bobby Hill.
I was just about to show you that.
Bobby.
Oh, that was so amazing.
That boy ain't right. Fantastic. But yeah.
no, he said, this match was to fix the debacle of 2012, right? It was 2012? WrestleMania 20?
No. It was like
2007?
2003 or something.
Yeah, 2002, I think.
Whatever, it was WrestleMania 20.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm pretty sure that last night was a damn good match. And I'm like, bro, really?
It wasn't a match.
It was two kids in training mode of Street Fighter going Metsu Hadouken constantly. It was just super moves.
Twitter had it best. I think it was Takahata who shared it. It was like, oh, look, somebody figured out how to use L1.
It's essentially two kids doing backyard wrestling, knowing only the finishers and the signature moves.
Rock bottom, stunner.
Pedigree, F5.
And they just both get up right after, like it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter. And can I say this? I understand why, but with John Cena, Brock Lesnar was dropping him on the top of his head.
Yeah,
like it was nothing. To the point where I was just like, Brock, for Jesus' sake, you gotta tighten him up a little bit. I'm just like,
you're gonna murder this man.
It's gonna be legitimately hurt. I was scared for Cena. And this is around the time where I was like, ugh, Cena. I was like, no. Please stop.
Please don't retire him.
But with Goldberg, this was the most limpest, easiest, safest Germans that I've ever seen. It was disgusting. And why do people cheer Brock Lesnar, but they're just now jeering Goldberg? It's the exact same thing. And don't tell me that's not.
I was watching reaction videos as well, and people who were saying it that they hated Goldberg because he took out Brock. For no other reason than that last match, they have turned on him and essentially hate him.
I don't think so, because he was still being cheered after that match. He started getting booed after KO.
Yeah, because he's an internet darling. You don't take the title off an internet darling as a part-timer in his 50s doing nothing. You don't.
But it's the exact same as Brock in my eyes.
Yeah. Oh, it's not in your eye. It just is.
And I'm just like, you're cheering Brock uproariously, but booing Goldberg.
Suplex City.
No. What's the difference between that and Spear?
Nobody gives a shit.
No, who cares? But people care.
Exactly.
Any man in the world can do a German. God, what the
Cut it out. All right.
And now he's going into a match, into a program with Flex.
And now he's going into a program with Flex Thunderbad? Are you serious?
For
get out
what
my face.
Purpose? They're talking about SummerSlam for this.
What is with Vince? What is with Vince? Did you hear the applause for Nakamura?
They went nuts. Did you hear the ovation for Sami Zayn going up against Jinder Mahal?
Did you hear the applause when he came out and stood up to Steph?
Did you hear the applause for Roman Reigns?
No. Or they would have pumped that up. They would have just the stadium.
One little kid like, yay! Turn him up, put a mic in his hand.
So, the next match.
It's Dumbledore.
We didn't even know what it was until the night of Mania.
Yep.
It's a 6-pack challenge for the women's title of SmackDown. 6 competitors. Naomi wins. I don't need to say who the competitors were. It was largely nothing. It was under 6 minutes. And like 2 of those minutes were dedicated to Carmella doing stupid. Like, who cares?
I like Naomi a lot.
Naomi deserved to win. She won in Florida, which is her hometown, at Mania. It's feel good. And she retained the title. I think they call up somebody. I think Asuka might lose her title and they call up.
So. They need Asuka down there.
I mean, Moon is looking good.
But she's not Asuka.
No, who is?
Asuka.
But then you could have said the same thing with Sasha.
No. there are very few people.
And I would say the same with Shinsuke.
The very first time I saw her in a WWE ring, the way that she moves, the way that she carries herself, I'm like, she is different from everyone else. Man, woman, executive. She is different from everyone. There is no one that can compare to her. Just the way that she moves and holds herself and everything that she does, I'm like, she is special. Mm-hmm. And they need her down there because they don't have anybody special like that because they just lost Nakamura. And that man.
But she can't be there for
live action JoJo.
At some point, you gotta just say, okay, here's 3 or 4 women that can carry this until we can find a couple more and get her up there.
Not even women, people, because they're constantly getting farmed. You just lost Ty Dillinger. You just lost the Revival. You just lost Nakamura.
And maybe Austin Aries, because he's supposed to challenge for the Cruiserweight title.
And you're losing all these people. You need big people down there. If they still have Finn, if they still had anybody huge down there.
They pretty much have Rue in the men's.
They have Rue.
But he is glorious. What a fiend.
It's amazing.
So, Naomi wins.
And now
we come to our main event of WrestleMania.
Oh my God!
One person deserved to be at that main event.
This was a 1-on-1 singles match. Mm-hmm. No stipulations.
Nope.
Oh wait, no holds barred. There we go. Just out of nowhere.
Last minute.
Now, this was a no holds barred match, but when Taker puts in the triangle choke and Roman gets to the rope, the ref stops it.
Yeah.
So the hold was literally barred in a no hold barred match. Are we just okay with this?
It was stupid.
That was clearly done before they were just like no holds barred. Oh my goodness. That's just one of the bigger things that I had a problem with.
So this is Undertaker versus Mr.
Roman motherfucking Reigns.
He came out, and for the second consecutive year, he got booed out the building.
Yep.
And they turned that crowd noise down to a minimum. The Raw after, I can't wait till we get to that. But man, they went, let's turn this mother down to like a 2. To where it's just a general murmur. Cause it went dinner. Roman.
They just have, like,
listen to the applause for Roman.
They just have 5 people like backstage that are just paid.
They have pre-recorded sound, just pumpeting.
We're here at WrestleMania and cheering for Roman Reigns, yay!
Specifically Roman Reigns, no one else, only him.
I pay money to see Roman Reigns, and you should too.
You should subscribe to the WWE Network where you can watch Roman Reigns.
It's just Stephanie's voice mixed in, like nobody can understand it.
So
you should watch Roman Reigns, dog.
That's clearly Booker T.
Listen, brother, they got Hulk Hogan again.
He's the guy.
I really need some money, so you should get it.
No, Hulk, don't. You take that back, sir. That man is a multi-millionaire. He's 100 millionaire. So,
all because of his penis.
Yep.
We should all be so lucky.
So, Roman, calm down. Just boos. Just constant.
He gets this huge fireworks display. First off, why is this the main event?
Why is this the main event? Well, it's the main event because of Taker.
Sure.
Yep.
The last Taker match. Sure. Roman didn't deserve it.
No, not in the least fucking bit.
There have been a lot of arguments that it makes more sense for a young guy to retire Taker.
Yeah.
Why? Why does that make more sense? It would have made more sense for a young guy to end. No, it would have made more sense for a young guy to end the streak. Why does it make more sense for a young guy to be the last match of Taker? It makes just as much sense for it to be Kane.
That's what I was going to say. There's 2 people in my mind that should have fought Taker, Kane or Bray Wyatt?
Cena was another one. It makes just as much sense. Sure. Even if you say it should go to a young guy, why Roman? Why should it go to Roman? I've said this before. There's this guy I was arguing with. He said this match was to legitimize Roman, to help legitimize Roman. I said, how much more legit can you get? And I ran down his accomplishments. He's like a 2-time world champion, a tag team champion, a U.S. champion, Royal Rumble winner.
Most eliminations in both Royal Rumble and Survivor Series.
Yes, he has multiple accomplishments. How much more legit can you make this guy? Why wouldn't you make somebody else start getting legit? Like Bray? Nope.
Like Mojo Rawley. While we're on the topic of retirement, they did tell a pretty good story with retirements because Shawn retired Rick, Undertaker retired Shawn, Roman retires Undertaker. Now who's gonna retire Roman? Only he can. Oh my God, it's past Roman. You've changed. What is going on?
Somehow he's like, at that point he's gotten over, and then past Roman comes back. He's like, they should be booing you. They should always be booing you.
I accidentally punched Stephanie McMahon, and then I worked.
This match was trash.
I felt so bad for Taker because you could just see he was done.
It's one of the worst Taker matches ever, and it's his
Hands
last
down.
one.
He couldn't do the sit-up, man.
No, he could do the sit-up, but he was just acting.
Not towards the second half of that match.
Yeah, that was the act. You know,
Was it
I'm
an
so
act,
beat
though?
down. Yeah, some of it is. The way I look at it is,
I didn't think so. Some of that looked genuine.
He and Wyatt put on a fine match. It's
Perfectly
nothing you
salvaged.
would write home. It's literal middle of the pack WrestleMania Undertaker match.
It's unfortunate because it could have been better, but Wyatt was injured.
Yes. So they put on a
Perfectly fine match.
perfectly fine match. Would have been a fine match for Taker to go out on. Fine. This was a subpar match. Bad match. It's not worth Taker going out on.
This seemed like the first in a trilogy.
It was so bad. So one of the big spots is a spear through the table. Who gives a So the biggest botch of the night. Literally one of the worst botches I have ever seen. And this is what infuriates me so much.
Was it Taker's turn?
No. They both deserve blame for that. Taker mistimed the jump. And Roman is just not as strong as the WWE portrays him. So he needs to know his limits of what he can do. Anyway, the thing that infuriates me so much about this is that Roman isn't competent enough in the ring to be able to salvage that botch. It's just like when it was Del Rio and Orton.
I was just about to say that.
So Del Rio is coming off for an axe handle, and Randy Orton is supposed to drop kick him. And he lands,
God.
And they both just kind of slap hands for a little while, and then he gets Irish whipped, and then they do the drop kick anyway. It's so bad. So Undertaker goes for the tombstone. Roman tries to reverse it into, I assume, a tombstone of his own. Or maybe a turnaround powerbomb, whatever he was trying to do. He drops him. He goes, no. It's not over yet. I got this.
This needs to happen.
He gets up and tries to do it again and fails again. You're not a strong person, Roman.
And I see a lot of people going, this was Undertaker's fault because he couldn't get himself up. He wasn't helping Roman. But you can see him putting his legs up. He's trying. But Roman Reigns just couldn't do it.
And again, this is where I was talking about with Neville and KO. KO is down. There is no way for KO to help Neville lift him.
Yep.
And Neville just goes, whoop, right up.
slowly goes up. I'm going to find the gift for you guys. Slowly he lifts up and does this German suplex. And Roman can't lift a 260-pound Undertaker, an old man who's slightly helping him. Even if he slightly helps him, he's still helping him. Roman Reigns is terrible. It's so gross.
It's amazing.
I cannot stand this guy.
And it just gets worse and worse. Every time I see him, I'm like, maybe it'll go from a -100 to a -99. But no. On Raw, I just decided I will never, ever, ever feel nothing but complete and total disdain for this man.
So, Roman Reigns after... Oh, they botched the ending too.
Yep.
So, what was supposed Taker was expecting the spear on the second time he hit the rope.
He gets up and he's facing the crowd, and he's supposed to slowly turn into the spear, but it seemed like Roman started running too fast, like before he was supposed to turn all the way.
They botched it twice, actually.
Yeah.
The first time they botched it, Roman runs to the ropes, stops, and like kicks or punches Taker because he wasn't in position or whatever. And then...
Wasn't that the flying knee, or that was the second time?
It wasn't a flying knee. It was something else.
Was it? I thought it was a knee.
Okay, watch this real quick. There's no help here. There's nothing you can do to help this. Look at the amazing strength of this mother.
Holy Christ!
KO is like 340 pounds.
Do you know? If you pause it, do you see his fucking thighs?
Oh, he's so strong. Look at this.
Dude, that guy. Leg day was never skipped once.
It's
his face before KO eclipses it. It's just like
you're just trying. There is nothing KO can do to help him.
KO is just like, what's going on? I'm a fat guy. This shouldn't be happening.
He is just off the ground for like 4 seconds before he actually hits the German. Like, what the and then Roman, now I gotta go to the Roman bot. So you bastards can see that? Jesus Christ, Roman Reigns is terrible, and he's gonna go into the main event of WrestleMania for the title against Brock Lesnar, and we're supposed to care about this. We don't care. Who would care? Oh, Jesus.
This is the man who retired The Undertaker. The fucking Undertaker.
Is Kane still active right now?
Not really.
He did something recently.
He's running for mayor.
Oh yeah,
of a certain town.
Oh, okay.
He's doing the same thing Rhino tried to do.
Every debate start with him, isn't it? With his entrance. He goes up to the podium, raises his hands.
Talk about
like,
taxes.
There's like 2 potted like plant trees behind him. He like raises his hands, lowers them, they just light on fire. Oh my God!
What are you gonna do about the homeless crisis? No!
Just like my brother did to my face.
So, what a terrible, terrible match. Roman wins. He gets booed out the ring.
He wins. He immediately leaves.
Yeah.
He raises his arms once, and
the fireworks go off, and then he's looking at the ring, which just means, oh, this is the WrestleMania moment people are going to be seeing in video packages for the next decade.
Yep.
And there's a picture of Roman Reigns after the match, and he's sitting there just with his head down,
melancholy.
And people were like, "Oh, look at him! He didn't want to do this. He's crying. He's just a man doing his job. Everybody stop being so hard at him." I'm like, number one, he's not crying. Shut up. He's tired after a match. Number two, this is clearly a publicity shot because somebody had to take that photo.
Yeah.
They wanted you to see this.
You actually don't see his arm on the selfie stick, just like.
I just gotta keep going back because at some point he'll be here somewhere. Jesus Christ. So let's go to Raw because man, we are way over.
So, well, I mean, like, any thoughts on the whole him, taking the gloves off, yada yada.
Oh, Taker's like retirement vignette, I'm gonna call that, was fine. Yeah. He took the gloves off, took the jacket, and then slowly lifted the hat off his head in respect and laid it down in a pile.
No. Here's what happened.
I hate this.
Roman wins. He walks away. They go to a video package. Undertaker is standing up, having just put back on his hat and coat, only to immediately take them off again.
Yeah, that was
a bit weird. It's true. It was a little corny, but I could see what they were going for. Yeah. It's like he was standing in the ring originally with the lights off again, then it slowly came back on with like the blue lighting. It was for nostalgia.
Reports say that he was waiting to get hip surgery, like a full hip replacement.
Yeah, career-ending stuff.
After he retired, and now he's going to go get it. So I'm like, he's gonna live a while without pain. So
he'll be able to walk again without fucking crutches.
But this is not a way for him to go out. This is
no. It was awful. Yeah, it's not okay. Like, Taker was like one of the big reasons I enjoyed wrestling. His matches were always fucking amazing.
I'll say greatest gimmick of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down. But would you include the American Badass Taker in that, though?
That wasn't... It was whatever.
Still Taker.
Yeah, it was Taker. But, people change gimmicks all the time. I didn't say Mark Calloway is the greatest gimmick of all time. I said the Undertaker. That dead man Undertaker.
Taker is probably my favorite... my favorite variant of the powerbomb finisher.
The last ride.
Just
the last ride.
Just lifting them up for like a second or two in the air before slamming them down.
That extra inch in the air before.
I just like I'm imagining like people would like go into matches with Taker, just like be prepared to get a wedgie.
Yeah, because it's all pants and tights. Okay, so Raw.
Raw.
Starts off with Taker, the Taker vignette, whatever.
Yeah.
People chanting "Thank you, Taker," blah blah blah, all that. Roman Reigns music hits after about 3 minutes of them chanting for Taker.
Oh God.
He comes out. The things you hear are delete. Roman sucks. Fuck you, Roman. Asshole.
Shut the up.
Shut the fuck up. He hadn't said a word at this point. Now, he got a mic in his hand. They would chant. He would let them chant. And then, right after they got done chanting, he would start putting the mic to his mouth, and they would go, "Ooh," and just start booing him all over again.
Oh, yeah.
The first 15 minutes, one line was said. Literally one line. And that was, "This is my yard now." That was all he got out. Fantastic. Except, in the middle of it, he looks at his palm and says, "Got them in the palm of my hand." No, you don't, Roman. These people don't like you.
This isn't what you want.
This ain't what you want.
This isn't an act. You're not over as a bad guy. You're shit.
Yeah. This isn't, and we're having fun. As much as the WWE tries to spin it's not we're having fun booing this guy. It's not the audience being like, "Let's have a good time. Oh my God, here comes Roman." Boo.
I have a perfect analogy. Nobody thinks Kurt Angle sucks, but they chant "You suck" when his theme is.
Oh my God.
Same thing with John Cena. They say John Cena sucks, but they're singing.
Yeah,
they're not.
That's having fun.
There's zero malice in it.
Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. That's fun. You can say that's fun.
Nobody thinks Kurt Angle sucks. That's just a thing that you do.
They go, "You suck," and then the second the music stops, yeah,
raucous cheers.
That's how it is.
So he's the new GM of Raw now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
What Roman gets is literal go away heat. As in, the crowd chanted
Go away.
Vince McMahon comes out later with what I was talking about. You're animals. He comes out, and before he even, as soon as his music stops, before he even says a word, the people chant "Roman sucks" or "We hate Roman" or something like that. And Vince just goes, "Well, if that's just how you feel," and then he just continues with his promo. He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Not at all.
Not in the slightest.
Roman's my guy. I'm gonna get him over.
So the only notable things of Raw were the Hardys having their match. Kurt Angle being the GM of Raw, doing some fantastic backstage stuff, especially with Enzo and Big Cat. You know how you spell soft.
He's a funny guy.
He's a funny guy. He's having fun. The Hardys match, they win. The Revival coming against the New Day. The Revival are just a straight, like, we're going to beat this out of people. And it's a perfect contrast to the New Day's silliness. What else happened? Oh, the end of Raw. It's supposed to be Jericho and Seth versus
KO and Samoa.
KO and Samoa Joe. KO and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe.
See your Joe.
So KO and Samoa Joe injure, quote unquote, Jericho in the backstage area earlier in the match. So they're like, who's gonna be Seth's partner? And everyone knows what is gonna happen, and it does. Finn Balor returns. Ridiculous cheers. I mean, my God. And so why would he team with the guy that injured him? I don't get that part.
Nobody understood it.
It would have been a fantastic time to just turn around and kick the out of Seth after they won. But whatever. Or just leave him, but he would have been a heel. He's got to be a face right now. So yeah, that was pretty much Raw. There wasn't... Oh, I'm sorry. Vince came out with his whole animals thing.
Yeah.
Said there's going to be a superstar shakeup.
Yep, there's a new roster selection happening.
Which is essentially, there's going to be a draft.
Yeah.
So, but people keep saying superstar shakeup. They never say draft. They never say trading or anything. They say
I don't understand why.
Here we go. Because I don't think it's going to be quite a draft. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's not going to. It might not be a draft, which is why they keep saying superstar shakeup. They say it on SmackDown. Oh, that's the gif of Roman botching. Watch it with the Neville one and just be amazed.
Oh God, this. Yep.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh, it's not on the screen.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
that's you can't do that. You can't.
I can't watch it.
You can't be such a quote unquote
and he
big
tries
strong guy.
Oh no.
He tries to oh baby, what is you doing?
Tragic.
He needs to stop. Just stop.
It's bad.
Yeah, no. So that's Mania. And
So,
that's Raw.
So SmackDown was way better than Raw. So SmackDown starts off
Isn't it the usual now though?
Basically. Comes out with Shane talking about, stuff going on, superstar shakeup. AJ comes out. And there's no animosity. There's like a mutual respect. And AJ's like, I don't want to go anywhere. I built SmackDown live. It's me. I want to stay here. And I'm willing to fight whoever tries to come to my place. Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah.
And they shake hands, and that's just the end of the segment. Cool. Ty Dillinger debuts. He's a guy with a 10 gimmick.
Perfect 10.
He's the perfect 10. And the people know who he is, and they enjoy it.
Okay.
That's all you can say about that. So, like I said earlier, Miz and Maurice are calling out Nikki and Cena.
Nikki and Cena, yeah.
So, Cena's music plays. It's the Miz as Cena and Maurice as Nikki. And Maurice is just doing stretches and stuff and trying to accentuate her breasts, like poke them out and stuff. Fantastic stuff. It's just so robotic. He puts his hand on Maurice's face in just pure robot fashion. Oh my god, it was a fantastic promo. And they're like, we're just going away forever. Goodbye.
Fan of JoJo.
He does a lot of posing stuff.
Okay, I think we're back.
It's so great when the crowd just sings the theme.
Oh yeah, they're losing it, this guy.
Okay. So, any final thoughts? You said Mania.
Mania 6-5. They had some really good matches. They had some good matches. They had some really bad matches. Nothing amazing. I wouldn't put it bottom 5 Mania. I wouldn't put it top 5 Mania. I don't know if I would put it bottom 10 Mania. I definitely wouldn't put it top 10 Mania though. That's all I can say about it. It might hit like
the JoJo poses though.
Yeah, he does a lot of posing things.
Yeah, I agree with BG on Mania, 100%.
Okay.
It's one of the greatest themes in WWE today. Jesus Christ. What? Oh, whatever. You guys are taking away from
JoJo. Yep, you
Persona.
said it right. It's
Persona.
always JoJo.
It's not for me, bro.
All right.
Persona 5 is just JoJo Part 9.
And with that, we will end this episode. Thank everybody for listening to the Wrestling Wrap-Up podcast.
Yeah, seriously.
The podcast of stuff. We will see
Jesus
you
Christ.
next week.
Later.